Mark, very difficult afternoon, very difficult way to end the season. Just share your emotions and feelings right now.
Yeah, we obviously extremely down and gutted. Words can't describe how we all feel at the minute. It's been a really disappointing end to the season. We knew we had to come here today and win the game, and I think the players left everything out on the pitch today. I couldn't ask any more of that group of players who went out today. But ultimately we couldn't get it over the line. The supporters pushed as much as they could for us and supported us really well today, but we just couldn't get it over the line.
Gave everything, 31 shots I think, 6 of them maybe on target, and that's where maybe could have got a few more on target, but as you say, the side gave absolutely everything. You just got to score goals.
Yeah, we wanted to take the game to Burton today. We knew it was in our hands to go and win it, and we wanted to be really offensive and go forward. We knew that it was a fine margin of being gung-ho, so I thought we were really solid at the back, and we had to give ourselves that platform, but we ultimately had to try and push forward and ask the questions, and we did today, but we just couldn't, we couldn't break through, and Burton defended really well. Just goes to show that teams never give things up. And just so heartbreaking we couldn't get it over the line for the club.
Fans sang their heart out from the moment they walked through the stadium door right until the very end.
Yeah, I feel for all the fans. They really pushed us on. They've been great since I've come in. Really got behind us today as well and pushed us forward right until the end. And it's one of the feelings at the minute that we couldn't get it over the line for them today.
I can't even imagine what it's like in that dressing room at the moment, because had you gone out with a whimper, you kind of move on, but there was such a massive effort. You could see the players physically exhausted by the end of it. Your job over the next 24, 48 hours is just putting arms around shoulders, isn't it? Because those players are going to be absolutely gutted.
Yeah, they left everything out, and you could see that. You could see that today with the performance. They dealt with the emotion of the day really well. Executed what we wanted to do. Like I said, we had to be solid. We had to create that platform for us to go forward and create those attacks. And yeah, we just like I said, I use that word again. It's heartbreaking for everybody involved, and no more so than the players and the supporters as well.
Mark, one of these horrible situations to ask these kind of questions, but you've obviously come into the club. You haven't kept them up. Where does this leave you?
I'm unsure. I've in a short space of time, I've come into the club in a difficult situation. I knew that. I knew what I was coming into. Fully believe in our ability as a staff to achieve our goal. We couldn't get it over the line. I'm confident in my ability. I really am. As a manager, as a coach, to create a style of football and a team that can win games and compete. Ultimately, we've not got over the line in what we wanted to achieve. So that's really disappointing. But we'll see what happens.
Did you, at this point, I know it's early days, but do you expect to be trying to guide them out of League Two next season?
I really hope so. Me, from a personal point of view, I think the club's a fantastic club. It's got a great setup for success, and I want to be part of that, and I feel I can bring things to the table as a manager, and I want to do that. I'm confident in my ability. Obviously, now you're asking these questions when we've just gone out of League One, which is really difficult for me to answer. So yeah, it's really difficult to talk about that now when we've just had the disappointment that we've just had now.
I've got just finally from me, we just had a message came in that said the season wasn't lost here today, and it wasn't lost in the 2 games, but maybe the Dons could have stayed up in the last 2 or 3 games just with the results and the way it's going.
I think so, yeah, and you talk about today and not leaving anything out on the pitch, and the players didn't. But ultimately it's, there's certain moments you look back on what you think they might be defining moments, or if we'd have held on here or got the win there and things like that, and we'll do that, because with anything, with games and seasons, you have to reflect and you have to analyse and break things down and learn from things. That's a process every club goes through after every game, after every season, and we'll be no different. We'll look at that and we'll see where we felt we went wrong, what we could do differently to learn from things. And that's, you know, looking at that now and me speaking like that now is difficult for me to speak like that with the emotion of what's just happened.